Hey, Be Awesome. I went through and worked number 100 a couple times just to see how I felt about it, and it felt okay. So I'm just making you this little video to show you what I've done. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this first one. You got these first parts correct, and I just want to make sure that you know why. Right here, the pressure is 9,000 feet. You can see I've inserted this line here to show me where 9,000 is about. I'm guessing it's right about there. And then I find where the graph crosses at 9,000, which you can see the graph is crossing at this little piece right here. So I'm just going to put my other line that I created right on top of that. So it does look like that would be about 23 or 24. And you answered that correctly. The same thing with 17. You had about 1,800 feet, maybe right about here. And then you can see that the graph crosses that spot right here, which is right about 17, and that's what you marked. Next, we had our 2,100 feet, right about here. And it looked like that was going to be an estimate of about 14, maybe even 13, it probably would have accepted. Possibly even down to 12 on that one. All right, so let's look at the ones you got wrong. You got all of those correct. Here it says that the altitude for which the pressure is 23 inches of mercury. And then you can see that you did actually have that option of the 9,000, like we discussed, that it didn't make sense because it should have been 9,000. Well, that was one of the answers. It's quite a wide range of guessing. So let's look at 23 inches. I'm going to guess 23. Oh, I need to do my horizontal first this time. 23 looks like it's a little less than 25. So maybe that's 23 about right there. And if I put this other line and match it up where the graph crosses, you can see that it looks like I'm at about 8,000. And you could have guessed all the way up to 10,000 on this one. These are all of the answers that could have been correct. So it's a true estimate because it goes from 6,000 all the way to 1,000, you see. If you would have guessed it anywhere in between here, it would have been correct. Oh, I could even do this, look. Anywhere within that range would have been correct. All right, now let's look at the next one. Next, we're at 19 inches. So I'm going to take this line down to 19, which looks like it's right about there. So 19, and then we bring this over and see where it crosses the graph. And it looks like it's just below 15. So this one could have been anywhere from, if you look at the range that it gives us here, it could have been anywhere from 12 to 14 would have been an appropriate guess. All right, next we had this one. The altitude at which the atmospheric pressure reaches 5 is approximately what? Well, here's a horizontal right here at 5. And I got this one wrong twice before I got it correct the first time. The second time I got it right away. But on this one, it says, when does the pressure reach approximately 5? Well, here's my line for 5, and now I really have to guess where this line's going to be. And it looks like it usually, except a couple this one time, it usually traveled through an entire, 20 or so, 15 of inches of mercury for each 10,000 feet of altitude. So I'm going to guess that if it is right here at about 8, then my first guess at 5, I guessed like 38, which for this one was correct. So 38 would have been a good answer here. But look at your range. You could have guessed anywhere from 35 all the way to 40 and gotten that correct. So it really is a true estimate. The last thing, where the pressure reaches 0, I did actually get this one wrong first. I didn't realize that the pressure will never reach 0, but theoretically never reaches 0. And that was actually the correct answer. All right, Be Awesome. That is all I've got for you here on number 100. I will see you soon. Until then, keep being amazing. You rock.